Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my thoughts on movies and stuff. Today's video is on Moxie, Amy Poehler's second feature-length film as a director. Moxie follows the story of an introverted girl named Vivian. Inspired by her mother's rebellious past and a confident new friend, she creates an anonymous zine calling out sexism at her school. So many times this movie reminded me of the stupid arguments that would lead to nowhere that I used to have in high school. Main difference is that in this film these arguments actually end up going somewhere. Moxie is definitely interesting, and I think this movie makes it very easy to see how sexism applies to teenagers in both a systemic and a social context. But before we get into that, why don't you go ahead and hit that big red button. Yeah, that's right, subscribe. It really helps the channel out and we appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that bell to be notified about every time we upload. We're trying to hit a subscriber goal of about 1,000. Right now we're trying to get to 500. So if you're a new watcher, if you could subscribe, greatly appreciate it. And after that, if you'd like to show some more support, you can become a bro by becoming a patron. Patrons get early access and all sorts of other perks. We're currently working on a project that patrons will get to witness long before it sees the light of day. So come on down to our Patreon and let us hold $1. All done? Great. On with the show. Moxie. Frickin' Moxie. What a ride, right? Oh yeah, you know how I feel about most high school stuff. Boring and or depressing and or not enough Noah Centineo. Exactly. But this was pretty good. Even with no Noah Centineo? It's okay, because this time Netflix gave us Nico Hiraga. Oh, he was good. Oh, he was really good. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yes, Amy Poehler. Is that how you say it? I've always called her Amy Poehler. Poehler. What a film she directed. This is way better than Wine Country. And Wine Country was already pretty good. It's also a different market entirely, considering the themes and the characters. But she got a pretty decent whack with the bat. Might even be a home run. True. I was worried we weren't gonna like it because we don't really fit the demographic for this film anymore. I mean, we're not that old. We're 12. Whoa, okay, they don't need to know that. But seriously, right at the start of the movie, the first thing you commented on was how when Vivian woke up, she went straight to her laptop. Because who sleeps with their laptop on their bed like that? She could kick it off and damage it. And to make matters worse, she woke up and immediately went to it like she's torrenting a full season of WandaVision. I doubt she'd need to do that, what with her Beats by Dre and her AirPods. Good point, homegirl was ballin'. You have any moments you enjoyed? Oh, there were tons. This movie was fun, but let me get some things off my chest real quick. Oh boy, here we go. I wanted to beat most of these kids like an angry African father. Maybe we are that old. Yeah, they are so much I almost punched through my screen. Yeah, real pirates don't do that. Yeah, we should know. Looking at you, Bradley. What about Mitchell? Honestly, when he interrupted Lucy in that classroom, I wanted to punch him in the nuts. Me too. Such an excellent villain. Hats off to Patrick Schwarzenegger. Another thing is, I've never had to apply to an American college. But why do these kids always have such a hard time with their college applications? Just do it and keep it moving. Bloody hell. You really think it's that hard to write into an empty box? Yeah, let's talk about Lucy some more. Listen, Lucy Hernandez is my spirit animal solely for the fact that she doesn't let anybody give her any kind of trouble. Alright? I need that kind of energy in my life. Rebel girl! I want to be her friend too. And bruh, her makeup was always on point. Walking work of art. I'll tell you that much. I was a little disappointed in Principal Shelley, because she wanted to let everything slide, yeah? Yes, but at the same time, I know that she's only trying to keep her job, so like, you know, mixed feelings. Mega mixed feelings. So can you blame the Moxie girls for attacking her so hard? As far as they were concerned, she was the top of the food chain. And besides, look at the behemoth that they created through Mitchell Wilson. They had cardboard cutouts of this guy's face at their events. No one high schooler should have all that power. True. And I like that, you know, because through that we get to see on equal ends a system that is set up against women and alternatively a revolution that doesn't cater to all women. Yeah, like how Kira didn't even want to go against Mitchell for that sponsorship, but she was strong-armed into it by the movement. Man, she just wanted to eat her nachos. Yes. Or an even more apt example, Claudia's tank top situation. Oh, Jehovah, Ngana Nzambi. Wearing a tank top, whether she wants to or not, is a decision that should lie with Claudia. She shouldn't be forced into it by the movement. goes against the end goal of feminism, which is equality. The ability to have a woman be able to choose what she wants to wear, whether it be something that covers her entire body or something that reveals most of her body. It should be Claudia's decision. Unless her mama says something. Unless her mama says something. Moxie and Sharon. Joseph. Vivian didn't have to lose Claudia in the name of feminism. And thankfully she didn't. Yeah, but I feel like there was no real coming together between them, no making up of the friendship. Especially on Vivian's side. She doesn't show any sign of redemption or remorse or understanding of the situation that she's created, nor does she seem to experience any consequences for it. Honestly, it looks more like Claudia just stopped being angry at her. That is a good point. And Claudia actually makes a really good point. In what sense? Vivian is kind of a coward. Completely, if we're being honest. She can't find it in herself to tell Seth that she likes him. I know, right? Both of them. Just shut up and kiss already. She lets Lucy take most of the pummeling for the Moxies, blatant disregard for the safety of her peers. And she even got Claudia suspended. A result, if I've learned anything from the stories of black kids growing up in America, that can't be reversed. I feel you, mate. When she made that statement and painted on the school entrance, I just felt really bad for the janitor. The stickers, the flyers, the zines. It's not his fight, but it is his problem. As admirable as Vivian's work was, she really needed a good old African attitude adjustment. The original AAA. Coming home drunk, swearing at the dinner table. What is she, an angsty teen? I'm not even answering this time. But beyond Vivian's double-barreled actions, she did good. She managed to bring the girls together in her school, and together they faced against the behaviors that should have never been normalized. Yeah, it's nice to watch a film that really depicts female friendship in a healthy, realistic way. You know, that really promotes young female empowerment and easily passes the Bechdel test with a predominantly female cast that's also quite diverse. Love to see it. But we forgot the best part. And what's that? Gracie Lawrence is in it! Oh my god, Gracie Lawrence! Oh my god, we love you, Gracie Lawrence! You can see her 28, 34 of the film, oh my god! But I don't know. What do you guys think? Was Moxie an entertaining guide to how you should fight the patriarchy? Or was it a 1 hour 51 long minute music video for Bikini Kill with an extra side of teenage angst and drama? I think it was pretty good. I found it very entertaining, and I feel that there's something that can be taken away for everybody. You don't necessarily have to be a teenager to enjoy this film, but it's definitely for that demographic. Nobody is necessarily painted as a bad guy except for maybe Principal Shelley and Mitchell Wilson, which is understandable because their characters feel more like figureheads towards the topic that this movie is trying to speak to. It focuses more on the girls, which is more important and where the focus should be. The film is almost 2 hours long, which I didn't even realize. It flows quite well, the pacing is on point. The dialogue felt exactly like what a bunch of fed up high school girls would say. You know, I mean, I should know, I've only been out of school for. The film deals with the usual themes that comes with making something that's set in high school. Young romance, not fitting in, a budding self-awareness, and the power of friendship. All observed from a perspective that connects activism and identity in relation to an established status quo. Though my favorite moments came from when Vivian was connecting with her mother, because it seems that she's a child of divorce, her father doesn't seem to be in the picture, and her mother clearly works a job in the medical field that has her not being home all the time. When she looks through her mother's old things and you see her getting inspired to start Moxie, you can see her learning more about her mother and in turn learning more about herself. There's this really cool scene where she puts on this leather jacket that seemingly belonged to her mother, and seeing how this jacket fit her so well, it was like a passing down of the torch. It was like the one for all of feminism. But of course the movie's not perfect and there were a few issues I had as well. There's a few moments where I feel like the dialogue got a bit out of hand. A friendly conversation on a turn of a dime would turn into something that felt a little bit too hostile. I also feel like Vivian should have been caught long before she revealed herself. She printed Moxie at the same place. Her master plan was to put them up in the bathroom early when nobody was at school. I mean, anybody really trying to figure out who Moxie was didn't have to try that hard. I also don't like that there's no real consequences to her actions. Everyone around her gets some of the punishment, but it's actually meant for her and she never gets any of it. I would have enjoyed seeing a bit more accountability. That being said, I still think it's a pretty good movie. It's not necessarily funny, but it does have its comedic moments. It is an adaptation. The book was originally written by Jennifer Matteau. The main focus of the film does kind of have it feeling a little bit preachy at times, but that's understandable. But it doesn't really go in depth into feminism on a large scale. And although there are a few talks of sexual violence, it doesn't really go in depth, and nor is it graphic. So if you're looking for 13 Reasons Why, you're definitely not gonna find it in this film. But that definitely doesn't mean that it can't be enjoyed, and we definitely need more films like this. I'd rank this pretty high, honestly. I'd watch this again. But that's all from me, guys. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you absolutely hated this video, give it an even bigger thumbs up. Like I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. And go ahead and visit our Patreon and let us hold $1. The next video, God willing, should be on Coming to America, the sequel. Till then, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.